The moving trucks were already in my driveway when I pulled up after work on Friday evening. Two large U-Hauls, both backed up to my front door with furniture and boxes being carried into my house by people I didn't recognize. My brother Kevin stood on the lawn directing traffic like a foreman, clipboard in hand. "Careful with that dresser. It's antique." I parked on the street. My own driveway was blocked, and walked toward my house in confusion. "Kevin, what's going on?" He turned, grinning widely. "Hey Jenna. Perfect timing. We're moving in. Mom's inside coordinating room assignments." "Moving in," I repeated slowly. "To my house." "Well, yeah. Where else would we go?" He gestured to the trucks. "Madison and I gave notice on our apartment 3 weeks ago. Mom said you'd agreed to let us stay here while we save for a down payment. It's genius, really. You have all this space and we need to build equity. Win-win." I walked past him into my house, or what used to look like my house. The living room was chaos. Furniture stacked everywhere, boxes labeled Kevin and Madison, kitchen, Kevin and Madison, master bedroom, and Kevin and Madison, office. My mother stood in the center, holding paint swatches and talking to my sister-in-law Madison. "The master will need fresh paint," Mom was saying. "This beige is so dated. I'm thinking a soft blue-gray. Very trendy." "Mom," I said sharply. "What is happening?" She turned, smiling as if this was the most normal thing in the world. "Oh good, you're home. We need to discuss your new room. Kevin and Madison obviously get the master. They're a couple, they need space. Your sister Laura is taking the second bedroom for her home office. And we thought you could take the basement. It's already partially finished and you're single, so you don't need much room." I stood very still, processing what I was hearing. "You're assigning me the basement. In my own house." "Our house," Mom corrected gently. "Don't you remember? Your father and I helped with the down payment 6 years ago. That makes us co-investors. We've decided it's time the house served the whole family's needs, not just yours." "You gave me $15,000 as a gift," I said slowly. "For my 30th birthday. That's not co-investing. I paid $340,000 for this house. I've paid the mortgage, property taxes, insurance and maintenance for 6 years. Alone." "Details," Mom waved dismissively. "The point is, family helps family. Kevin and Madison need space to save money. Laura needs a quiet office. And you're barely here, you work 60 hours a week. It makes sense for everyone to live together." Madison appeared from my bedroom, carrying my clothes on hangers. "Where should I put these? The basement closet is pretty small." "You're moving my clothes?" I asked, my voice dangerously quiet. "Well, we need closet space," Madison said as if I were being unreasonable. "Don't worry, we're being careful. Most of your stuff is already downstairs." I walked to my bedroom. The master suite I'd carefully decorated over 6 years had been transformed. My bed was gone. My dresser, nightstands, artwork, all gone. In their place, Kevin and Madison's king-size bed was being assembled by 2 movers. "This room gets amazing morning light," Madison was telling one of the movers. "I do yoga, so I need the space." I turned and walked to the second bedroom. My sister Laura was already moved in, her desk set up, her computer running, her law school textbooks on my built-in shelves. "Oh hey," she said when she saw me. "Thanks for letting me use this room. Bar exam prep requires quiet, and my apartment has paper-thin walls. This is perfect." "I didn't let you," I said. "I didn't agree to any of this." Laura frowned. "Mom said you were fine with it. She said you wanted to help family." I went downstairs to the basement. My belongings had been hastily piled in the unfinished section. Boxes of my clothes, my bed frame leaning against the wall, my personal items thrown together carelessly. The finished section had a futon, a small TV and a space heater. This was where they expected me to live. In my own house. I pulled out my phone and called my real estate attorney, Patricia Chin, who'd handled my home purchase. "Patricia, I need help. My family has moved into my house without permission and is trying to relocate me to the basement." "They what?" I explained quickly. The moving trucks, the room assignments, my mother's claim that her birthday gift made her a co-investor. "That's not legal ownership," Patricia said immediately. "A gift doesn't create property rights. Are you the sole name on the deed?" "Yes." "Then they're trespassing. How many people are there?" My brother and his wife, my sister, my mother is coordinating, but I don't think she's moving in. Plus movers. Call the police non-emergency line, Patricia said. Report unauthorized occupants. I'll draft emergency eviction paperwork for first thing Monday morning. But Jenna, you need to establish that this is your property and they don't have permission to be there. I went back upstairs. Mom was in my kitchen directing where Kevin and Madison's dishes should go. Everyone needs to leave, I said. The activity paused. Kevin stopped mid-box. Madison turned from the cabinet. Laura appeared from her new office. Don't be dramatic, Mom said. We're almost done unloading. Then we can order pizza and celebrate. Celebrate what? I asked. Breaking into my house and taking it over? Breaking in. Kevin laughed. Mom has a key. You gave it to her for emergencies. This isn't an emergency. This is trespassing. It's not trespassing when it's family, Mom said firmly. Now let's discuss house rules. We'll split utilities 5 ways. 4 ways, Laura corrected. I'm just using the office during the day. We'll need a cleaning schedule, Madison added. I'm thinking rotating bathroom duty. Everyone out, I said louder now. This is my house. I own it. You don't have permission to be here. The room went silent. Kevin's expression shifted from friendly to annoyed. Are you serious right now? We gave up our apartment. The lease ended yesterday. Where are we supposed to go? That's not my problem, I said. You made housing decisions without confirming with the property owner. That's on you. The property owner? Mom's voice rose. I'm your mother. I helped you buy this house. You gave me $15,000 6 years ago, I said. That was 4% of the purchase price. I've paid $180,000 in mortgage payments since then, plus $42,000 in property taxes, plus insurance, plus maintenance. Your gift doesn't give you ownership rights. It gives me family rights, she snapped. The right to expect my daughter to help her brother when he needs it. Help would be letting him stay in the guest room for a few weeks, I said. Not surrendering my entire house and moving to the basement. Madison crossed her arms. I don't understand why you're being so selfish. You have this huge house all to yourself. We're family. This is what families do. Families ask permission, I said. They don't show up with moving trucks and redecorate someone else's home. Kevin pulled out his phone. I'm calling Dad. He'll talk sense into you. Dad doesn't own this house either, I said. Neither parent is on the deed. This property is solely in my name. Because we trusted you. Mom said, her voice breaking. We gave you that down payment money as a gesture of love and trust. And now you're throwing it back in our faces. I'm protecting my property rights, I corrected. You're trying to guilt me into giving up my home. Laura spoke quietly. Jenna, I already withdrew from my apartment lease. I'm supposed to be out by Monday. Then you should have confirmed this arrangement before ending your lease, I said. All of you should have. Mom said you agreed. Kevin shouted. She told us you were excited about this. I turned to my mother. Did I agree? Did you ever actually ask me? She lifted her chin. I knew you'd say yes if I asked. You've always been responsible. So I told Kevin and Laura to go ahead and make their plans. I was doing you a favor, actually, saving you from having to make a decision. By making the decision for me. By being a mother and coordinating what's best for the family, she said. Sometimes parents have to push their children to do the right thing. I pulled out my phone and called the police non-emergency line. What are you doing? Madison asked, alarm in her voice. Reporting trespassers, I said. You're calling the cops on your own family? Kevin's face was red now. The dispatcher answered. Non-emergency services. I need to report unauthorized occupants in my home, I said clearly. Multiple people have moved belongings into my property without permission and are refusing to leave. Mom tried to grab my phone. Jenna, stop this right now. I stepped back. The address is 2847 Maple Grove Drive. I'm the sole property owner. There are approximately 6 people here, including hired movers. No, there's no violence, but they won't leave voluntarily. The dispatcher said officers would arrive within 30 minutes. After I hung up, the room erupted. You're insane. Madison yelled. You'll regret this. Kevin warned. Laura just looked stunned. You're really calling the police on us? You're really trying to take over my house, I replied. Yes, I'm calling the police. Because apparently that's what it takes for my family to understand the word, no. Mom sank onto my sofa, or rather onto Kevin's sofa that was now in my living room. I don't know who you've become. This isn't the daughter I raised. The daughter you raised respected other people's property, I said. The daughter you raised worked hard and bought her own home. The daughter you raised is protecting what she earned. We're not strangers. Kevin said. We're your family. Then act like it, I said. Family respects boundaries. Family asks before assuming. Family doesn't show up with moving trucks and demand someone move to their own basement. The movers, sensing the situation deteriorating, started quietly moving boxes back toward the trucks. Don't you dare, Madison told them. We paid you to move us in, not out. Lady, one of the movers said, if the cops are coming and the property owner says leave, we're leaving. We're not getting involved in whatever this is. They began carrying furniture back out. Kevin tried to stop them, but they ignored him, efficiently reversing the move they'd spent 3 hours executing. 26 minutes later, 2 police officers knocked on the door. Officer Davis and Officer Kim listened as I explained the situation, showed them my property deed on my phone, and documented that I'd never given permission for anyone to move in. Ma'am, Officer Davis said to my mother, did you have written permission from the property owner to allow these people to move in? I'm her mother, Mom said. I don't need written permission. Actually you do, Officer Kim said. Unless you're on the deed or have documented power of attorney, you can't grant access to someone else's property. This is ridiculous, Kevin said. Overreaching bureaucracy. This is property law, Officer Davis interrupted. Ms. Harrison is the sole owner. You don't have her permission to be here. That makes this trespassing. We're family. Madison protested. Doesn't matter, Officer Kim said. The owner sets the rules for her property. You need to leave. We have nowhere to go, Laura said, tears in her eyes now. That's unfortunate, Officer Davis said, but not relevant to the trespassing issue. You need to vacate immediately. Mom stood, drawing herself up. Jenna, if we leave now, we're not coming back. You're choosing property over family. Think carefully. I'm choosing boundaries over entitlement, I said. You taught me to stand up for myself. I'm doing that now. Not like this, she whispered. Not against us. You did this, I said quietly. You created this situation by assuming you could take what wasn't yours. I'm just responding to it. One by one they left. Kevin and Madison loaded their belongings back into the truck. Madison crying, Kevin swearing under his breath. Laura packed her office supplies silently, not looking at me. Mom was last, pausing at the door. Your grandmother would be ashamed of you, she said. Grandma taught me that people who love you respect your boundaries, I replied. You just failed that test. She left without another word. After everyone was gone, Officer Kim stayed for a few minutes. You okay? I will be, I said, looking at my disrupted house. For what it's worth, she said, you did the right thing. We see this a lot. Family members who think relationship gives them property rights. It doesn't. You protected yourself. After she left, I walked through my house. My bedroom was empty. They'd removed their furniture, but mine was still in the basement. The guest room was cluttered with Laura's unpacking. The kitchen had unfamiliar dishes in my cabinets. It took me all weekend to restore order. I moved my furniture back upstairs, returned my belongings to their proper places, cleaned the chaos left behind. Monday morning, Patricia filed eviction paperwork anyway, establishing legal documentation that my family had no residency rights. Insurance, she explained. In case they try again. They didn't try again. But they didn't forgive me either. Kevin sent one text. Hope your house keeps you warm at night since you chose it over family. I didn't respond. Mom told relatives I'd thrown my family out on the street. Several aunts called to lecture me. I blocked their numbers after the third call. Laura sent an apology 3 months later. I should have confirmed with you directly instead of trusting Mom's word. I'm sorry. We're slowly rebuilding that relationship. Kevin and Madison found an apartment eventually, though they complain constantly about the cost. They haven't spoken to me in a year. Mom sends birthday cards with no return address. Passive-aggressive reminders that she exists but won't reconcile. My house is mine again. Peaceful, ordered, protected. I changed the locks and revoked all spare keys. My mother's emergency access is permanently terminated. Some family members call me heartless. Others quietly admit they understand. My father, who stayed out of the whole mess, told me privately, "Your mother shouldn't have done that." But she's too proud to admit it. I've made peace with the consequences. I have friends who respect my boundaries, colleagues who value my work, and a home that's actually mine. The sheriff knocked during my brother's moving party. The eviction notice made them drop their paintbrushes. And my house remains exactly where it should be, in my name, under my control, and free from family who confused love with ownership. They wanted to divide my rooms. I divided the boundary between family and trespassers instead. The basement is now my home gym. The guest room stays empty until I choose to fill it. The master bedroom is mine. As it always was. As it always will be.